Hi guys, a previous video Cyril asked me to just explain the street, how I get to these was using the three quadrants and the three triangles to do the basically this type of sums. Okay, so all that you need for trigonometry is basically knowing your quadrants and knowing your special triangles. So for the quadrants, you have your all stations to Cape Town. You have in your second quadrant you have 180 minus x. The angles that you're working in that quadrant is 90 to 180. For tan it's 180 plus x, it's 180 to 270, that's in your third quadrant. And for cos in your fourth quadrant is 360 minus x, 270 to 360 degrees. I'll explain to you now what I mean by these angles here. So if you look at the graph, the equation, so 210, where does 210 fall? It falls between 90 and 180. So what that means that you're gonna 180 to 270 basically, sorry. And then for that we need to say that we're gonna say 180 plus something gives you 210. So that is basically just 180 plus 30. But most of the time it's just gonna be one of your three special triangles that you're gonna have to either subtract or add to it. Cos 135 falls there. So that is 180 minus 45. 300 falls in the fourth quadrant. That is 10 360 minus 60. And then you have sin 180 minus 60. 120 falls in that quadrant again. So now the next thing is to see, is sin positive in that quadrant? No, sin is negative in that quadrant. So it's going to be negative sin 30. Is cos positive in that quadrant? No, it's negative, so it's negative cos 45. Then is tan positive there? No, it's negative in that quadrant, so that's negative tan 60. And then sin is positive in that quadrant, so that is just sin 60. Okay. Now we can see we can multiply this two minuses out. Then sin 30 we just going to get from this triangle. Sin is opposite of hypotenuse, so it's 1 over 2 times cos 45 is 1 over square root 2. And 10 minus tan 60 is opposite of adjacent, which is just square root 3 over 1 times, and then sin 60 is square root 3 over 2. Okay, so if you multiply on top, you're just going to have 1 over 2 square root 2. Then that is just going to be minus 3 over 2, because the square root times one another just cancel out. So if you then want to just multiply these two with one another, we're going to flip the fraction around. 2 cancel out with 2. So your answer will then just be minus 1 over 3 square root 2. Please let me know if you need more of this, and please like and share this, and let me know if you are still struggling with it, if there is another way that I need to figure out for you guys. Thank you.
So the way we will do this three question is basically we want to solve cos alpha and then get tan alpha and 2 sin alpha and 3 cos alpha. But the way we need to do that, we need to get cos alpha first alone, which we will say is cos alpha. So you can do 3 over 5. That cos we know is adjacent over hypotenuse. So if we're able to do these questions, you need to first draw up a triangle, which will give you that's alpha. Adjacent is 3, hypotenuse is 5. To work at this side, we need to do Pythagoras. So we will say that it's y squared is equal to r squared minus x squared, which will give you 5 squared minus 3 squared. 25 minus 9, which gives you 16. So to get y alone, we just square root that and it will be 4. So then that side is 4. So now that we have all the sides of the triangle, now we can answer all the questions that they asked. So tan we know is opposite over adjacent. So that's 4 over 3. And then for this we're going to say sin alpha is opposite over hypotenuse, which is 4 over 5 plus 3 times 3 over 5. If you multiply the bracket in, that's 8 over 5 plus 9 over 5, and that is 17 over 5. Let me know if you need more of this, and yeah. So we need to prove this identity. So when you say that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side, so how will we start? We know that this is a identity, so that can just become sin squared x. Then in the bracket I will say tan is also identity, which is just sin x over cos x plus cos x over sin x. Here I'm going to put everything over cos x sin x. So I'm going to just say everything over here is cos x times sin x. Then what I do at the bottom here, I multiply with sin x. So on top I must also multiply with sin x. So that becomes sin squared x plus, here at the bottom I multiply with sin x, with cos x. So on top I must also multiply with cos x. So that becomes cos squared x. So now you guys can see there's identity on top, which is sin squared x plus cos squared x. That is 1. So then this becomes sin squared x times 1 over cos x sin x. Then just to simplify this, we can cancel one of the sin x with one of these sin x. So then it's just sin x over cos x. And what is sin x over cos x? That is tan x, which is equal to the right hand side. That's your answer. There we've proven the identity. Let me know if you need more of this, and please like and share this, and DM me if you need more of this. Thank you. So the next question is that solving a trig equation without using the calculator. So the first thing that we will see here, we will say that becomes cos 90 plus 10. That can become, because cos is positive in that quadrant, so that can become cos 45. Tan is positive in that quadrant, so that can become tan 30. Then, so I always, when it's more than 360, I always deduct 360 from that. So that will first be sin 350 degrees. So this can become negative cos 30. And then this can just become negative of just sin 10. Because sin is positive in that quadrant. Okay, so then this is a co-function that will just become minus sin x plus minus sin 10. Let's make that better, minus sin 10. This then stays as cos 45, tan 30, and this then becomes, because sin is negative in that quadrant, minus sin 45. Then this becomes minus cos 30, and then we have sin 10 here. So before we go over to the special triangles, because we can't use a calculator, we can see we can cancel out the sin 10 with the sin 10. So then we can just say we cancel out the minus with a minus, so there's one minus left. So then cos 45, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, so that's 1 over square root 2 times tan 30 is opposite over hypotenuse, opposite over adjacent. So then that is 1 over square root 3. And then at the bottom we have minus sin 45. Sin 45 is also 1 over square root 2 and then we have times cos 30, which is adjacent over 2, so square root 3 over 2. So now we can already see these two can cancel out, and then we basically just have minus 1 over square root 3. Even if you divide it by a fraction, you can make it a multiplication, but then you just need to flip it around. So then that's going to be 2 over divided by, or times like that, and that your answer will then be minus 2 over 3. Okay? Because the square root 3 times square root 3 will just then multiply out. Please like and share this, and let me know if you need more of this.
So this is how we need to simplify trig equations without using a calculator. So the first thing that we will do here is we will see that if you look at the 4 stations to Cape Town quadrants, you always see the 180 minus x, 180 minus plus x, and 360 minus x. In this case, we have a x minus 180. So the thing that we want to do, we just want to take a negative out the, and what that's going to do, we're going to say that is times minus 10, 180 minus x, and then in the bottom, by sin minus x, you can, this is negative functions, so then that is going to be minus sin x, and this is just a co-function, which is just going to become cos sin x. Okay, so then with this, after that, we will just have to say, now we're going to go to all stations to Cape Town quadrants. So you're going to say cos 360 in the 360 quadrant is cos negative or positive. It's positive, so then that's just going to become cos x. In the 180 minus x quadrant, tan is negative, so then that would have become minus tan x, but multiplied with the minus will just become positive tan x. And at the bottom, you're just going to have minus sin x times sin x. So now we can simplify this more by saying tan can become sin x over cos x, and at the bottom we just have minus sin squared x. When you multiply these two sin x with one another, here we can see the cos can then cancel out with the cos, then you just have sin x over minus sin squared x. Then sin x can cancel with one of the x's at the bottom, then you're left with 1 over minus sin x. Like and share this please, and let me know if you need more of this.